Here we go. Hello, my cross-stitch friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Mae, and this is my channel, Ardith Design, where we celebrate counted cross-stitch, sustainable stitching, and making all the things. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, I am so happy that you came back to spend some time with me and my pugs. This is Luna Moon and Loki Apple. It is a crisp day here in Maryland. The pugs are happy. They chased the groundhog out of the garden. I've got stitching to show you. I've got finishes to show you. My new releases. I've got some happy mail. I have some fun library books I want to show you and a quilting project. I also want to show you a project. I guess it's more a sneak peek of a upcoming design I am going to be releasing soon, but I want to show it to you because I just can't wait and I can't help myself. So we're gonna get started, and as you can see, we've got pugs, so we might have to change up our lineup a little bit because I can't really show you my new releases with pugs in my lap. Oh my goodness. Okay. I love cross stitch, and I have been working on some projects for the coming weeks, months, and into next year, 2021, looking ahead and as far as publishing and designing and creating. So it's been a busy week to say the least, but I will start with the 2020 ornament issue. It is officially out on newsstands, available for purchase, and I got my ornament back in the mail. And here it is. This is my ornament that you can find in the Just Cross Stitch 2020 ornament issue. It is titled Whaley Love Winter, like really love, but with whales. I didn't realize they had my info tag still on the back. I didn't take that off. I stitched this with Misty Purcell of Luminous Fiber Arts, her linen. It's called Indigo, and it's the 32 count indigo linen from Luminous Fiber Arts. I will have the link below for that. Hi, can you sit? Can you sit down? And it is trimmed. The trim is called Creamsicle. Oh, thank you. And that is by Lady.Creates. Lois over at Lady.Creates. She has her own website, which I will link below. Several designers and small shops also carry her products. And I know, like Lindy Stitches, Stephanie carries lots of her stuff, and lots of needlework shops. Hey, baby, come here. Come here. Come here. And yeah, so the trim I thought was super fun. I followed the Pom Pom Trim by Lois of Lady.Creates and Stephanie of how to remove the pom-pom, the banding from, and then you whip stitch it around. This is a fun print that I had, and then I embroidered 2020 on the back. I actually mailed this ornament out, you know, it was around the 1st of the year, or late December, that this ornament was actually in the hands of Just Cross Stitch. So I embroidered 2020 before I knew what this year was going to entail. So that's pretty interesting. I want to thank everyone for your kind comments who have seen this stitch already. I absolutely love it. I used Sulky, which is the 12 weight cotton thread. I used the Sulky on this, and then in the whale you can see some iridescence. That is using the Hilo Shimmer, their metallic thread. So it's there's just back stitching and some accents in the Hilo Shimmer. So it's I really enjoyed creating this. I wanted to do like a sampler ornament, and under the heading, one of the prompts for the magazine was like critters and animals and stuff, and the coolest mammal of the sea. Anyway, I love whales. I Whaley love them. So here we go. There is my ornament, and yay! So that is my first release. It is not available in my shop or anything, but it will be in like in the next, I think mid 2021 I can release it. So that's fun. And then the second ornament I have, not ornament, the second new release that I have to show you is, thank you all for your patience and waiting for me to finally release this. This is my peach peach. Can't even get the name correct. This is Pear Assortment, and it is super fun. It is a adaptation of a 16th century block print, like a filet crochet print. I found the book, a collection of 16th century embroidery patterns and work, on the Metropolitan Museum of Art's open access program. And so it's in the design is in the public domain. And so I wanted to take a historic public domain print and translate it into cross stitch for 2020, 2019, you know, for this time period. So instead of having it be all monochromatic, I chose a colorful palette of sulky threads and I stitched this at the same time I was filming a tutorial series for Sulky. I had a freelance video contract with Sulky, and so I developed this pattern to do the tutorial video stuff, and not thinking anybody would actually want to stitch it, and y'all have been so kind. Oh, look at that finishing. See, because I never thought I'd have it be out as like an actual model. Anyway, there is my Pear Assortment. I also did Acorn Assortment, which is also available. So anyway, I'm really happy with it. And yeah, it's available for digital download. And I'll have my information. What? Can you sit down? Can you sit? I tried to build this little pillow perch, hoping that the dogs would lay down, and I don't know, maybe the fake floral arrangements are distracting them. I have up here, this is Boo Bee's Apiary. This is my design here. This is not my design, but I did stitch it, Autumn Dream. It is part of the garden sampler, the garden series. It's number 11. And then this is my design. This is Pumpkin Pie, P-I, like the number, the mathematical constant pi, spice sampler. And here are some other decorations that I have up for the season. So yeah, I have the two releases. One's in the magazine, one is available for instant digital download. And yeah, I'm super excited. All right, the next things that I have to talk about. Oh, I do want to say I do provide a DMC color conversion for this if you don't want to stitch in Sulky. Hey, don't eat my pillows. They come up here and then start eating my pillows. No eating pillows. Okay, I started working, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff to show you. I don't know where to move everything. I started working again on that little cross-stitch kit freebie thingy majig, the Mother's Day cross-stitch project. And I got the branch done and some of the bird. I'm sorry, I'm a little disheveled. This is the pattern. Super cute. It came out of a magazine. It came out of cross stitching, crazy cross stitching. And it was like the freebie kit came, and then you had the magazine. It came with this little wire holder thing. So the idea is that you stitch it and then attach it like this and the little ornament. And I was thinking about this a lot, about bell pulls and cool like metal work or something for alternative finishing for even maybe some of my patterns in the future. And so I sent my husband out for wire, you know, why not? Put more stuff on his plate, more stuff to buy me because I'm homebound, you know, send him out, do the errands. And he came back with the decorative wire. This is a 12 gauge wire for, you know, I think he said he got it in the floral section. And so I am going to play around with this floral wire and see about maybe if I can make a bell pull and see maybe either provide a template or instructions or the physical bell pull itself and sell it in my shop. I'm not really sure. As you can see, the ideas, I go, oh, something shiny. Oh, what else can I make? And I just go from there. So wire, maybe I will learn how to make a little tiny little bell pull or ornament holder. We shall see what the future brings. This is stitched on just the little kit, the 14 count Aida that it came with. Super happy with it. It's fast and adorable. So since this got thrown on my lap, I am working on the Ursula Michaels piece here. It's part of the Northwest series and it's called A Bear Lives Here. It is in the back issue of Classic Cross Stitch, Volume 4, Number 2, April-May of 1991. This also has a really cool pattern, like if you like landscapes. And so I marked a couple other ones that I liked from this. It has the Monument Valley stitch, which I think is really beautiful, and it looks full coverage. And then it also has, hey, no, you can't chew on my project bags, babe. Hey, just hang out. It also had these really cool blocks, and they're the picture blocks. And I really liked, they have butterfly and fish. I thought the fish was really pretty. And it made me think of the, month 1 of Autumn Lane Stitchery, their 12-month patterns stitch along that they have. I did not get a whole lot done on this, but I did get the eye part done because there's nothing like not having eyes. So I did that. I picked some just random bright colors. I had started stitching, this part right here is supposed to be a sun. And I had, instead of picking an orange like I should have, I had ended up picking a nice like pink, peachy color. And so I started stitching the sun and it didn't look right. So I have to pull an orange. And so this is going to be a non-traditional totem. And I really liked Julie of Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. She said she loved the idea that I'm doing a counter-colonialism celebration, and I loved that term. So just really trying to highlight Indigenous work, Indigenous artists, and First Peoples of the Americas. And I hope that I am doing that some justice. And I'm also working on another totem pattern, but I did not do anything this week, so I didn't pull it out to show you. I didn't do any stitching whatsoever. The next thing I did work on was Barbara Anna's Light, and it's the fox. I'm sure you've all seen this on Instagram. I have decided, since I messed this part up, I'm probably going to just take the foliage off altogether, just have the anthropomorphic Foxy in her dress and then holding the lamp, and not do all the foliage thing. And then I thought it might be pretty to put her in one of those round frames, like the where you used to have the silhouettes of your face, like in black, but it's in an oval frame. I was thinking something like that. I don't know though. I couldn't help myself, and Barbara Anna came out with another pattern in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, so I went and ordered that magazine, so that should be coming. I know, stitch all the Barbara Annas. One thing that I realized too, I need to keep better inventory of my threads, and that's all I'll say about that. Okay, what should I show you next? Okay, I have to do this sneak peek. I have to do it. I can't help myself any longer, so I'm going to show you a sneak peek. And I'm hoping to have this released soon because I just can't wait. I have been consumed. I wanted to show you that how sometimes I test out colors is I stitch up here in the dogs have their ball, so if that's what you're hearing. Up here to test out colors on a fabric. And here is one of my upcoming designs coming out, and I don't know if you can see that sparkle. I am making a cute little ornament. I'm really excited about it, and I am using the new Poly Star thread by Sulky. One strand of the Poly Star thread with one strand, I don't want to hear this, with one strand of the 12 weight cotton thread. Let me show you. So I have put my threads in this little caddy. It's like one of the vintage Mary Kay Cosmetics like nail polish caddies. Well, I've been using it for my little threads. So just as an example here, like this green, I'm using, so the 12 weight green cotton and then the Poly Star, and it's got this really awesome iridescence to it. So you put one strand and one strand of this, and it makes that really pretty green. So I'm loving it. I'm going to have two patterns coming out, both using the Sulky and the Poly Star. Like, look at this teal. Isn't that so pretty? I've really enjoyed stitching with this. I will say, too, that if I were a choice between this or the Hilo Shimmer for cross stitch to add the metallic, I would absolutely add the, oh, I hear little one. Oh my goodness. I would absolutely use the Poly Star over Hilo Shimmer for hand stitching. So I really like this. So I'm happy. So there's my little sneak peek. I couldn't help myself in my little caddy here, all the things. So that is what I have been working on this week that I couldn't wait to show you in the land of cross stitch. But I wanted to show you this Poly Star stuff a little bit more. So I worked on a pillow cover, and it is using that's my son giggling. Oh, he made something and I'm going to show it to you. I helped. I assisted, like, tried not to micromanage. Okay, anyway, so I use, like, the Poly Star and then just my regular thread that you know, I don't have anything fancy for my quilting threads like I probably should, but I wanted to make a pillow cover. It started out, like, just, you know, the back of, and this was a pattern. I found it on Pinterest. It was a free pumpkin pattern, and I used some of my batiks. Like these batiks I bought when Trish of Threads Entwined was still selling quilting fabric. I bought those batiks from her. And then the oranges I got from the fabric from Scrap Exchange in Durham, North Carolina. This batik I had, then the sunflowers were from a thrift store, purple thrift store. So I think the only new fabric is this batik that I got from Threads Entwined. So anyway, I had made these, a couple of the pumpkins last year and then did nothing with them. And I decided I'm going to make some cute little pillow covers and hope the pugs don't eat them. Well, you all know that I am not like a professional quilter. I make straight lines. I enjoy doing it. My son has loved working on the sewing machine. So I have been doing a lot more quilting stuff. So I just wanted to show you, I played around, and yes, my stitches are not perfect, but they're done. And I'm liking that. So I tried it some fancy, I don't know if you can see, some fancy, like what your sewing machine can make little squiggles. And so what I did is I used the top, I put this in the top of the, you know, the sewing machine, and then the bottom in the bobbin is just the plain cotton thread, not 12 weight thread, just your quilting cotton thread. I think I used polyester thread, and then this up top, and then so it made the really cool, and you can see that sparkle. And I adjusted my tension so it was just a little bit like tighter having this, and I just used I didn't go as fast as I normally would if I didn't have a metallic thread in there. And I feel like it stitched up really nicely, and it added like a really awesome metallic look to it. So I am happy I got some of these, you know, the colors to try, and I'm really happy with the Poly Star for cross stitch and for quilting. So some handwork and quilting. I am not paid to say that. I genuinely love this product and want to share it with the world. I was not asked to create or design any patterns, but now I've got 2 coming out because I love this so much. So any of my cross stitch designer friends, if you are watching this video right now, totally, it's pretty cool. I'll make some show notes below too with the information. So, okay, so those are the quilt project, the cross stitch project. I'll show you the other project I worked on. Oh, and the back of this is just a cute, I got this when I went to the quilt show, the 4 Counties Quilters Guild quilt show last year, 2 years ago. I took the kids and we went. So yeah. All right. So the kids, what did we make this week? Well, I have a bunch of these wood rounds. I asked my neighbor and friend, he was gonna just take a bunch of his, anyway, I asked him if he would make wood rounds for me. He cut them out. And he also is a wood turner, so he makes like beautiful bowls and artisan stuff. So he's a engineer, and he's like a very precise in all that he does. So he had like some scrap wood that he had used, and he had it in his like burn pile, like stuff that he can't create. Well, I had snagged this piece of wood from him. He let me have it. I asked permission, but and he custom cut these wood rounds for me. Well, the kids, we were talking about colors, and they love talking, you know, red and blue make purple. And so they made the custom orange. So they combined the red acrylic, the yellow acrylic, made their orange, and then the same with the green, the blue and the yellow, and then made the green, and then they painted the wood rounds. And then I glued them. I used just the Gorilla Glue, and glued them into place to make kind of a funky little pumpkin. And it sits upright. And this was a piece that, you know, a wedge that broke, but I thought it looked cute like as a little leaf. So just a fun little wood scrap project using paint and wood glue. So I'm excited. I was thinking too that maybe it'd be fun to make something like a rounder pumpkin, and then maybe put a cross stitch in the center, right? Put a cross stitch on it, put the magnet, and then so we shall see, or maybe a punch needle piece. So that is something else that I created. Yay! Okay. The next thing I have to show you is I got a gift package from Susan. Thank you, Susan. She has been a viewer and commenter and Flosstube friend since video number 1. That was what, over 100 episodes ago. So she sent me some goodies, and I am very grateful. Thank you, Susan. So I wanted to show, she sent a couple things. One of my weaknesses is the Charles Craft Irish linen, and this is the Irish linen Evenweave, so she sent me some of that. Awesome. I don't know where I can find this. This is tea-dyed. I haven't tried the tea-dyed Evenweave, but that's so cool. And then she custom dyed some awesome stuff I wanted to show you. So she sent me some, everything is marked awesome, 14 count Regency Ada, some 16 count. Oh, and I know I have some new cross stitch, folks. So if you want to stitch on a 16 count, that would be like stitching on a 32 count linen or Evenweave if you're 16 count Aida. So I look at all of these she dyed. They're so pretty. I love it. Okay, so she put dyed by me. So this is 14 count white with teal. So pretty. Then this is a 20 or a 22 count. Really pretty. Look at that. 18 or 20 count. I love stitching on Aida. I think I've loved stitching on everything except uneven weave linen. I had an incident with the store brand linen from a big box store, and it was uneven weave, and that was unfortunate. But aside from that, everything I've really enjoyed stitching on. The 14 count teal with green. That's really pretty. And look at this one. Another really cool, like celestial or fantasy or Halloween. I love it. So thank you so much, Susan. And then the really awesome thing is she sent a gift for the children. So I haven't been able to show them all week. I have had to wait, but it is official. I'm going to teach some kids to cross stitch. Hey, Loki, were you getting into trouble? Well, this is not food. I'm not opening food. So this kit is so awesome. She sent this to me, and it's Three Birds Studio. I am not sure where she got it, but it's really cool. So there's all these like note cards and like gift tag stuff. Like, it's not perforated paper, but it's like perforated paper. And then there's the wood cut pieces, like the hearts and the circles, which is really cool. You could cross stitch on. It comes with the embroidery thread, and then this, I was reading the directions, you have this mat. It's like a foam mat. Memories are stitched with love. Oh, yes. And then you've got this, it's an owl. I always forget how to say it properly. And then, so you put this paper down, the stuff that doesn't, the cardstock that doesn't have the holes, and then you use this thing and the pad here, and you make your own holes and then stitch on the, yeah, so exciting. So I'm gonna have to, there's a starter kit, and it tells you all about like inspiration and different projects and things that you can do. I love that it gives you this piercing tool and the mat and the template card, and it shows you how to do that. I mean, that's really awesome. So and then it comes with like patterns on a CD. So, and it comes with, here's, oh, the piercing template. How cool is that? It's really cool. It's really cool. So I am so excited. Thank you so much, Susan. And I'm excited to show this to the kids and have them make up some goodies. And I have to closely monitor needles too, if the children start officially stitching. Things to think about. All right. I wanted to show you library books. These are not cross-stitch specific. These are craft books. So if you want to just skedaddle, I totally understand, and please know that I appreciate you. If you want to stick around for some quilting, embroidery stuff, that would be awesome. A book that I like so much, I've checked it out twice. I've returned it to the library and then checked it out again. It is the Red and White Quilts book. And I went through it again and thought about something that I would like to realistically make. Not just, oh, it's pretty, but like, would you actually make something out of it? And I think I really like this quilt and I have to learn what I'm doing, how to do it. So that it's called Victoria, oh, it's by Victoria Finlay Wolf. And I just thought it was a really cool, it's called Crowd Pleaser. And I don't think I've ever seen like the tessellation, those shapes and stuff before, so I thought that would be really cool. But there's some other, you know, like the traditional, with the red and white quilt stuff, so I'm excited about that. I am excited about this. Folk Embroidery Felted Birds, and another reason to get that 12 or 14 gauge jewelry wire was to make the feet for like the flamingos or the puffin. This book is so beautiful. It's published by Search Press, and it's really cool. I want to make pretty much every single bird in this book I want to make, and it uses embroidery stitching and fleece or felt. So look at that little peacock. Okay, the next book, this one is so cute. This is Stitched from the Heart, and it's Quilts and More to Give with Love. This is published by the Patchwork Place, but I really loved, like, You Are Brave, and there's some really beautiful embroidered, she provides the templates, and she has really beautiful fonts, the typography, to include the embroidery with your quilt project, and I just think that's really, really, really pretty. And so I was really happy. Like, this piano thing, how pretty is that? Clearly now I need a piano. Actually, I've secretly wanted a piano for the children, and I never had access to that, like, when I was younger, so but I think it would be really cool. So anyway, look at this. That is so pretty, and it utilizes the buttons, and it looks like applique, and just really beautiful things. So Stitched from the Heart. And then the next book, the next and final book, I was like, this is so cute. I pretty much want to do every single project in this book. Lovely little hand embroidery, and this is this, oh my gosh, so stinking cute if you like to do embroidery. But she shows you, like, look at this bell pull with this kitty cat with the embroidery. Oh my God, so cute. Y'all know Valentine's Day is like my favorite, but there's all different holidays. Here is look at that bunny, and she tells you embroidering stitches, and then how to do the painting on directly on your fabric, and the specialty stitches. Oh, and then I was looking closely for the credits because these look like Lady Dot Creates ribbons. Just wasn't sure. But how beautiful is that Easter? Oh, so precious. So I have been really interested in learning more about embroidery. I know several floss tubers also do embroidery. I know Megan, a wide-eyed stitching child. She is also a Maryland stitcher, and she does embroidery, and I want to learn more. Oh, so this one, my receipt for all the books I checked out. Look at this cute little girl, and it's got the embroidery and the quilt. Another person that you should be following if you are not already is Kelly Stodola. She has That's So Kelly Co. She is tremendously talented. I want to be her when I grow up. She is a prolific quilter, embroiderer, makes all the things, and I aspire to learn more. All right. If you're stitching Christmas, I got that. We've got the ornament issue is out. I will be having new releases of some other Christmas ornaments soon because it is never too early for Christmas and celebrating. I love twinkle lights. I love decorating for the season and spreading joy however you can. I want to thank you for joining me this week. I want to remind you that you matter, that your stitching matters, and you're awesome.